Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Thomas and today we have a 2023 facelifted Lexus ES 300H, so stay tuned for this video. The front of the car does have that large Lexus spindle grille, which is made up of, again, that daytime run light element repeated throughout the pattern. Quite a unique look for this car. I've also noticed on the badge they've got rid of that blue hue around the Lexus badge, even though it's a hybrid. It's just got the black and silver Lexus logo itself there. So this particular ES, I believe, is finished in deep blue metallic paint that looks the same, if not the exact same, as the dad's 2019 CT. I like the fact that the headlights wrap around the bumper. It's quite a unique design element. And the daytime running light is like the Lexus tick going across. It is worth noting, if you opt for the Takumi model or upgrade the F-Sport, you do get the kind of LED beams on the headlights, and the standard model just has these kind of round bulbs up front. So the ES is one of the few car options here in the UK. We don't no longer have the IS or the RC or the CT, and this is kind of rivaled against the BMW 5 Series and Mercedes-Benz E-Class. It's a very large vehicle that can be ideal for family duties or chauffeuring. So the boot is absolutely cavernous, it's huge, and you can easily fit golf clubs, suitcases, you name it, it'll fit in here. And we've even got a little bit of storage underneath if you wanted to hide your diamonds down there. All in all, quite a decent size boot, ideal for hauling, family duties, whatever it may be. And you even got tie down hooks as well if you wanted to tie down something or have your shopping hanging there. We've also got a little bit of storage down here for your mobile to rest, and if you don't want it in there, it can sit on the charging pad like so, and it charges up. We also have an EV mode. You can touch that, and if there's enough battery pack, power in the battery pack, it'll let you drive in EV mode for a certain amount of time. We've also got an auto hold as well. Down here's a little kind of cool little feature where you can slide that back and forward. But USB and USB-C charging ports. If you had your cell phone in there, you could charge it like so, and it's hiding behind that soft closed tray. Up at the top is quite cool. We've got these little features here that look like people online have commented like Shrek ears, but that's for your traction control. Touch of a button, nice and easy. On the left hand side you've got your eco mode, normal mode, and then you can put it to sport if you want, and that actually changes the gauge cluster in the middle there, if you can see that. Materials on the dash are nicely padded. Up here, soft and squidgy. As you can see, that's all nicely softly stitched and soft and squidgy. It's definitely an improvement over other models, and I do like also this is all soft touch as well. I do believe you can get heads up display as well on higher trim ES's, just like other Lexus models that would be here shining up. On the right hand side of the steering wheel, we've got your cruise control. It is adaptive on this car as well, so you can change your lane departure and you can change the range when you're on the road, if you're far or close you want to be to the car. Set it and you can do plus or minus to increase it in increments of 1. If you hold it in, it goes jumped up by increments of 5. So down in this side, here on the right hand side, we've got a little sneaky storage that you can put coins in, maybe a credit card or a toll card. It's a little kind of neat bit of storage that not everybody's going to know about, so that's quite a cool feature. And then we've got your petrol cap and your boot release button down here as well, and then further down, if you want to release the bonnet, you can do that. We do have a lovely manual sunshade. It does close manually and it does open. It's raining right now, which is a shame. However, at a touch of a button you can open up the glass, and if that's closed it does actually pull it back automatically, so you don't have to worry about it opening manually. You can just pull that open if you did want to open manually or close manually. But yeah, it does open at a touch of a button. Just that kind of panel of glass pulls it back, so it's a neat touch. Go ahead and jump in the back of the ES. This is where this car shines. We have got plenty of room in the back. It's cavernous. I'm 5'11" for reference. Ignore the paper mats in the back here. We do have plenty of leg room, and if I flip the camera, material quality in the back as well, it's just the same as the front. We've got a nice blend of materials. This particular car is finished in the black kind of new looks material. You can get kind of creams and reds and all that as well if you want a more kind of flashy interior colour. I'll also point out here in the UK, crucially, one of the cool features in this, which is kind of a pricing feature, is it's under £40,000 that luxury car tax for an entry level one of these. Things like the BMW 5 Series have skyrocketed above the £40,000 mark. You're lucky to even get a basic 3 Series for that price. So that's an important feature because your vehicle exercise duty is under the luxury car tax bracket, so you can drive this luxurious car and pay the same tax as you would a 1 litre Nissan Juke. Because it is worth pointing out in this day and age, you can still get things like Suzuki's are in that luxury car tax that you're paying maybe high £400 a year for, and you can get a Lexus for the lower price band, so let's keep that option. What else do I like about the car? The double hinged centre armrest. I know that's not really new for the facelift, but I think that's just a really clever, simple solution, whereas the passenger and the driver can access the centre console without anybody fighting or arguing. Quite neat and handy. Not really too many things updated else. The screen's the main one. Here in the UK, you may be aware that the 300h is the only option, so it's front wheel drive only, automatic only, or ACVT only, and hybrid powertrains only as well. I did notice, which is a crazy Lexus thing for me, is the badges no longer have the blue hue around the Lexus logo. Let me know if you've noticed that as well. They're just black and silver. It used to be the petrol only models had that, and then the hybrid ones had the blue hue, and even a blue H. I noticed in the back of this, the Lexus ES 300h is all the same colour, all the same font, and the badges are just black and silver versus being with the blue hue. So I don't know if that's a change across Toyota and Lexus as well, or just Lexus. It's quite interesting, a little feature, little Lexus nugget. It's worth pointing out this car is just over 4.9 metres in length, which is pretty long. Bear that in mind in the UK. Out in America or if you're out in the Middle East, this car is probably dwarfed by larger vehicles. Here in the UK, this is quite a large vehicle. And I know there's an LS, and I'm yet to see one on Scottish roads of the LS 500. However, this is pretty large, so it is bear in mind when you're trying to park this maybe in a multi-storey or something like that. And you can upgrade, again, cameras. It's got a reverse camera standard, but you can upgrade it, which may be something worth looking into if you're feeling nervous about parking such a large vehicle. While we're here, this Lexus comes with a host of safety systems, and that's standard across the Lexus ES range. We do have things like your blind spot monitoring. We've got adaptive cruise control, and it can read signs in traffic. There's quite a lot of safety features built into Lexus as standard. The adaptive cruise control is a godsend because I just love cars when they have that. The blind spot monitoring as well is quite good. I get used to that in cars. It's crazy how quickly you get used to it, and then sometimes you miss it. And I do appreciate it in a car like this length today, especially in stop and go traffic. While I'm mentioning stop and go traffic, this is kind of where the hybrid CVT makes sense, because you're not carving canyon driving North Coast 500 every day. You're going to be sitting in traffic most of your time, and if you've got a commute that involves traffic, the hybrid kind of makes sense. You're not got the full electric, it's not plug-in, it just runs off, putting the petrol in the car. The battery has a wee bit of regen, so if you're moving stop-start maybe from 5, 10 back down to 5 miles per hour, you're using the electricity in the battery, provided you've got some in there. Just going to pull in left here. So overall, my impressions of the ES is they've made some minor updates to the vehicle to keep it competitive. I am still fond of this car. Anybody who has been following the channel will know I'm quite fond of a Lexus. The customer service is brilliant, it's next to none, and I haven't really found another dealership brand that has that level of exceptional dealership customer service. I think they're just known for that. Here across the globe, but here in the UK they win awards year after year for customer satisfaction, and I think that's important. So maybe you've had a bad experience, it is worthwhile maybe having a look at Lexus, because I know certain people talk to them, maybe you would think that Lexus is an older person's car that's got a stigma, but there is pros to customer service and making your life easier and not having things break or be in a garage all the time. Without further ado, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on the Lexus ES 300h. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel below. check me out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and TikTok is Cars of Glasgow if you want anybody to follow my car TikTok. And I've also got a car Twitter as well that is slowly growing as well, so please check that out as well. As always, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you